Today on ELN Morning.
Caucus canceled after the School of Education ended a program for white students to explore systemic oppression. Now backlash is forcing the Performing Arts Department to make changes to their anti-racism forum.
Students in the stands. ELN football plans to have fans at the game next Saturday. How the support from students will help the team.
And baking up a passion, one ELN student's cookie is quickly becoming a warm and exclusive treat.
Today, February 11th, 2021.
This is ELN Morning. New this morning, the Performing Arts Department is postponing their White Caucus and allyship training after the university decided to cancel a similar program hosted by the School of Education. Good morning, I'm Ellis Chandler.
And there's a lot of news to follow this morning, and we've got it all. I'm Isabella Seman. After scheduling a White Caucus and allyship training earlier this month, the Performing Arts Department is now changing course after receiving questions from students. Performing Arts Department Chair Lauren Kearns says the program was initially scheduled tomorrow for white identifying students, but will now be postponed until later this month and offer training open to all students. The sessions are in partnership with an external facilitator specializing in race and theater to moderate anti-racist dialogue. Kearns added the sessions will not be called White Caucuses in the future. The White Caucus in the School of Education is also canceled, but as our Mae Vashbrook reports, reactions across the campus to the program are mixed.
When you see something like white only type of thing, those words immediately it doesn't sit right ever.
ELN junior Chloe Yoon says she's known about the School of Education's White Caucuses since September and has been expressing her concern to faculty ever since.
I just think there was a real lack of accountability in this, and I think that's what made me concerned, is that the person who is leading this is white. You have no perspective of people of color in that meeting.
But Vice President and Associate Provost for Inclusive Excellence Randy Williams says he found out about the caucus just 2 days ago.
We want to be effective in inclusive excellence that we provide. We want to be aligned with all our university policies. That program is not aligned with our university policies.
Williams says he thinks caucusing can be effective when working to address racial equality, but thinks organizers acted too quickly, making mistakes along the way.
It takes some sophistication and some nuance to have these type of racial equity caucuses. It includes separate groups based on race having their space to process things, experiences, emotions, thoughts. But it also requires those groups coming together.
ELN senior Lake Sims Winfrey agrees. She says she understands the purpose and potential productivity of the event, but doesn't necessarily agree with the way it was presented.
Because of the climate of ELN over this year and the things that ELN has done, it just seems a little ill-timed, only because the school itself overall has a lot of work to do as far as racism goes.
Yoon says she does believe the school had good intentions, but just missed the steps needed for the caucus to be properly executed. Mae Vashbrook, ELN Morning.
Williams says he thinks the university needs to be more proactive, not reactive, when it comes to addressing race on campus.
The Alamance Burlington school system announced students will be permitted to return to in-person instruction the first week of March. Elementary students will go back on March 1st, while middle and high school students will return on March 8th. After Governor Cooper's vocal support, the NC State Senate voted on a bill Tuesday in favor of schools reopening to in-person instruction while keeping remote learning an option. Mom of 3 in the ABS system, Stephanie Powers, says the decision by the school board for in-person learning came later than expected.
I think it is time. It is past time for schools to open for a variety of reasons, for the learning loss factor, the mental health, the emotional well-being of our kids. I just feel like kids are getting put on the back burner when they should be put in first in line.
Since the start of remote learning, and the graduation rate at ABSS has dropped about 4%, and standardized test scores have fallen in mathematics and biology.
CDC says that we can go back with proper precautions, mask wearing, social distancing, then I think that should be considered and listened to.
Governor Roy Cooper announced yesterday that North Carolina teachers and school personnel will be eligible to receive COVID vaccines. being the next level of frontline workers to receive it.
North Carolina is scheduled to move into Group 3 of 5 for coronavirus vaccinations in 2 weeks. Group 3 is made up of essential frontline workers, including ELN faculty and staff. Meanwhile, ELN senior Hannah Stanicki, an exercise science and psychology major from New Jersey, worked as a frontline worker at home during her winter break. There, she was able to get both doses of the Moderna vaccine before returning to campus for the spring semester.
So I was really lucky to get the vaccine. I had to prove I was a frontline worker through pay statements and my work badge and stuff like that. So there's actually a big process that goes into it. You can't just show up and get a vaccine. You have to prove that you're qualified to get one based on your credentials.
Stanicki did not experience any side effects with her first dose of the vaccine, but showed what she describes as major flu-like symptoms with the second dose.
Knowing that I'm protected, or at least 95% protected, it gives me the confidence and makes me more at ease knowing that I can go about my daily life and not contract the virus.
A new ELN poll survey shows 45% of North Carolinians say they plan to get the COVID-19 vaccine. 12% of respondents say they're already vaccinated. Chair of the Ready and Resilient Committee, Jeff Stein, says the university hopes to be able to administer the vaccine on campus, but is not currently approved to do so.
And coming up, with classes in full swing, how students and faculty adapt to another COVID semester.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Got a quarter?
As the new spring semester starts for students and faculty, many are curious what changes, if any, will be made to the classroom environment. Our Clare Schoenfeld reports.
As students and faculty are readjusting to life back on campus, some are feeling better prepared for this semester than the last. Statistics professor Mark Weaver says while he prefers teaching in person, he has been happy to become more well-versed with technology.
Well, I guess one silver lining in all of this is we're all getting so good. Well, except I'm not so good at technology, but I can get by on technology, and I've learned a lot of new tools.
For freshman Brett Turnbull, the addition of weekly testing has made him feel safer on campus.
And made it a lot easier just to feel comfortable around the people that you're with, and just being able to go through it this spring, because I know everyone wants a normal spring as much as possible. So.
When asked about his hopes and expectations for the upcoming semester, Turnbull says he feels hopeful that things will become more normal with vaccines on the way.
You see a light at the end of the tunnel a little bit, and you're just hoping, at least from my point of view, that at some point this semester we can find a way to get back to some more normalcy like we have been.
Both Turnbull and Weaver agree that they feel much more confident and ready about this semester than compared to the fall.
In the fall, I had no idea what to expect. I had no idea how the classrooms would work. I had no idea. I didn't know that the students would follow the rules so well, and I was happy that they did. So I do feel like I'm much better prepared this time.
Clare Schoenfeld, ELN Morning.
And with a look at the weather ahead, Clare Schoenfeld is live on Citroen Plaza with your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Clare, good morning to you.
Thanks, guys. Right now, it's a little cloudy out, 45. Clouds are going to stay here throughout the day, and tonight it's going to dip down into the low 40s. And now for your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, Friday, it's going to be a high of 40 with a low of 33, clouds throughout the day. Saturday, same thing, high of 40, low of 33 with clouds throughout the day. On Sunday, Valentine's Day, it's going to be a high of 47 with a low of 32 with chances for rain throughout the day. So if you're going on your big Valentine's Day date, you might want to grab an umbrella. On Monday, it's going to be a high of 42 and a low of 29 with chances for rain in the evening. And on Tuesday, it's going to be a high of 52 with a low of 35 and clouds throughout the day. Back to you guys.
Clare Schoenfeld live on Citroen Plaza for us. Claire, thank you. ELN Morning will return in 60 seconds.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
ELN Athletics announced fans will be allowed into Rhodes Stadium at a limited capacity as football is gearing up to play their first game at home on February 20th. Coach Tony Trisciani says that his goal heading into the season is to keep his team healthy.
We are thrilled to be together as a team and practicing for a spring season. And a tremendous amount of work and preparation by our players, our coaches, our administration, and our sports medicine staff have gone into even getting us to this point.
Senior quarterback Davis Cheek says that the change in the schedule gives him extra motivation.
Every game means so much more because you don't know whether or not you're going to be able to play the next week. So, I mean, if you get the chance to play on Saturday, like, you got to really take advantage of that.
This will be the team's first game in over a year. For more information on the new changes, visit elonnewsnetwork.com or check out this week's edition of The Pendulum.
And everyone loves a good cookie, but when one ELN sophomore found himself driving 40 minutes to get one, he knew he could provide a closer alternative. Our Jack Norcross has the story.
A love for food.
For the longest time, I basically studied food religiously. That's what I've been doing my whole entire life.
Drove an ELN student down a path of passion.
I started thinking of a cookie recipe, and the recipe was something that wasn't just sweet. It was something that balanced different flavors and complexities within flavors.
Using his Oaks Kitchen, Nathan Moskowitz developed his very own unique cookie. For the past few weeks, only a few mouths have met Moskowitz's toffee, butter, and sugar creation, making only 32 cookies a week.
It's underground, so it's almost like a speakeasy type of situation where it's people just talk about it, and that's how you understand.
The process begins with making the dough on Tuesday and concludes with baking on Sunday. Now Moskowitz has an Instagram and website to help manage all the orders.
The most important is getting people to try the cookie and having them like it. I hope they like it. I hope they're not lying to me, but I think they like it, and seeing their reaction, because that's why people go into food for the most part, is to satisfy people.
Jack Norcross, ELN Morning.
Now Moskowitz is planning a new white chocolate hazelnut cookie modeled after a dessert his mom used to make.
Now, we were fortunate enough to get one of Nathan's cookies here in the studio this morning, so let's go ahead and try it and take a bite.
I want to let you guys know that there's rock salt on here, and I'm very excited about it.
Bella,
Ellis?
I think you're going to like this. I just had a bite full of chocolate, and it was fantastic.
It's fantastic, and I heard there's a 5-week back order on this, which is crazy to me. What do you think? Well, that's all the news we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on the air, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, and follow us on social media at ELN News Network.
Have a great day, ELN.